Hello and welcome to the 6th yoga class for Power Over Parkinson's. Today we're going to be building off of the other 5 classes. So some things that'll be helpful for this practice are the yoga mat, the yoga blocks that we've been using, and the hamstring stretcher. And again, a towel, a sheet, or a belt can be used just as well. So we're going to focus on our breathing. We're going to be seated crisscross applesauce, inhaling and exhaling the oxygen into our lungs. You can have your hands rested on your knees. You can have your hands placed on your rib cage to feel your ribs expanding as you fill your lungs with oxygen. You can close your eyes and focus on connecting your mind and your body and being present with this practice. You're going to want to feel your chest expanding as you fill your lungs with oxygen and decreasing as you expel the oxygen from your lungs. We're going to bring our arms up overhead here, inhaling, exhaling, sweeping our arms down. Inhale, fill your lungs with oxygen. Exhale, bring your arms back down. If you want to look to the ceiling when you raise your arms, it might help bring them up higher. So inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, sweep your arms down. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, bring your arms down. We're going to work on warming up our body from our head to our toes. So we're going to turn our head to the side, feeling a nice stretch in our neck, making sure we're sitting up nice and tall. And we're going to switch to the other side, making sure you're breathing through this exercise, engaging your core to sit up straight. If you need to lean up against a wall or in a chair, that's perfectly fine. Going to switch to the other side. Feeling a nice stretch. Warming up our body for this practice. Again, we're breathing. We're connecting our mind and our body. We're being present in this moment. Go ahead and turn our head again. All right, and now we're going to do that next stretch where we look down towards our armpit. Remembering to breathe, feeling a nice stretch. Going to switch sides again. Switch sides again. And if you'd like, you can sit on the yoga block like we had been doing in the other videos. I just decided not to today. Okay, and switch sides. And switch sides again, remembering to connect your mind and your body, remembering to breathe through the movement, staying present. Right, and now we've stretched out our neck, we're going to stretch out our shoulders with some shoulder rolls. You can do big shoulder rolls or little ones, whatever's comfortable. We're going to roll our shoulders forward. You can have your hands resting on your knees or in your lap, whatever's comfortable. We're going to reverse and go and do some backwards shoulder rolls. Remembering to breathe through the movement, inhaling and exhaling, connecting our mind, our body, and our breath. Right? Now we're going to stretch out our chest here. So we're going to raise our arms up overhead and bring them back down. And then we're going to only half raise them and expand and open our chest. Looking up, feeling a nice stretch. We're going to do this again. Inhale, bringing our arms open, opening our heart. Inhaling, breathing through the movement. Inhale, opening our hearts, expanding our chest. Inhale, opening our hearts, expanding our chest, looking to the ceiling, connecting our mind and our body. Going to do a slight twist to stretch out our back here. Feeling a nice stretch in our back. Remembering to breathe. Go ahead and switch sides. Inhaling, remembering to breathe through this. Connecting our mind and our body. Starting to feel loosened up from our head to our shoulders to our back. Go ahead and switch sides again. Go ahead and stretch sides again, staying present in your practice, noticing how these movements make your body feel. We're going to go ahead and stretch our legs out. We're going to do some circular rotations in our ankles. I'm going to switch the opposite direction. If you need to lean up against a wall or sit in a chair for support, that's perfectly fine. Then we're going to go in the opposite direction again. Remembering to breathe. Starting to warm up our body. Right, and now we're going to do that gas pedal motion. We're going to flex and extend our feet. You can alternate feet or do them both at the same time. Bringing your toes back towards you and then pressing them forward like you're pushing on a gas pedal. Right, and then we're going to bring our knees up and plant our feet. And we're going to extend one leg at a time. Alternating legs, bringing one knee to the chest and then the other, and then extending the legs. Remembering to breathe, staying present during this practice, connecting our breath. Right? Going to put our feet together and our knees together. We're going to twist from side to side in that windshield wiper movement. Feeling a nice stretch in our lower back. Remembering to breathe, connecting our mind and our body. Noticing how the movement makes us feel. Becoming self-aware. Gonna go back into crisscross applesauce here. We're gonna take some breaths at the top here. So inhale and exhale. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, sweep your arms down. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your arms down. Inhale, reach above. Exhale, bring your arms down. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your arms down. We're going to go into that butterfly position. I'm going to go ahead and feel a nice stretch, leaning forward. Might feel a little tight. You do what works for you. Remembering to breathe through the stretch. Go ahead and relax. If you need to adjust your hip bones, your seated bones, you can go ahead and do that. And go ahead and lean forward into the stretch. Remembering to breathe, staying present in this practice. Go ahead and relax. Again, if you need to adjust your seated position, you can. We're going to go back into the stretch. Notice if you're getting deeper into the stretch after each repetition. Notice how it's making you feel. Notice if you're remembering to breathe. And go ahead and relax. We're going to extend one foot and have one foot in the half butterfly position. That extended foot is going to be active, and you're going to lean into that stretch. So that extended foot is, the toes are going to be pointed straight up, and then the leg is going to be engaged in this stretch, and your foot's not going to be wavering from side to side. You're going to go ahead and relax. I'm just going to scoot back here so you can see better. Right, and we're going to go back into that stretch, remembering to breathe. Notice how it's making your body feel. Go ahead and relax. And do it again. Go back into the stretch and notice if you're getting deeper into the stretch. Right, and relax and bring that leg back into the butterfly position. Again, you can adjust your seated bones, and if you need to, we're going to go back into the butterfly stretch. Notice if you're able to get deeper into the stretch. Right? Go ahead and relax and bend back into it. Connecting our mind and our body. Go ahead and relax. And do it one more time. Right, now we're going to extend that opposite leg, keeping the other one in a half butterfly position. And again, that foot that is extended, the foot is going to be active and the toes are going to be pointed up. Your foot's not going to be wavering from side to side. Right, go ahead and relax. Notice how it's making you feel. Notice if one side feels tighter than the other. Remembering to breathe through the stretch. Right, and relax. And we're going to go back into that stretch, keeping that foot active. And relax, and we're going to go back into that butterfly position. Again, you can adjust your seated bones if you need to. We're going to bend back into it. Notice if you're able to go deeper into the stretch. And relax. And bend back into the stretch. Notice if you're getting deeper into the stretch after warming up and stretching each side individually. And we're going to bend back into the stretch. Remembering to breathe, connecting your mind and your body through the practice. Becoming aware of how the stretches are making your body feel. We're going to extend our legs here. We're going to grab our hamstring stretcher. We're going to place it around the bony portion of our foot. And we're going to pull into the stretch. You're going to keep that opposite foot engaged so it's not wandering off into the side there. You're going to feel a nice stretch. Right, we're going to switch sides, keeping that opposite foot engaged through the stretch, staying active and present, remembering to breathe, noticing how it makes you feel. I'm going to switch sides again, making sure the hamstring stretcher is around that bony portion of the foot and coming into the stretch, keeping that opposite foot engaged. Okay, we're going to switch sides again. Coming into the stretch, keeping that opposite foot engaged. Feeling a nice stretch, remembering to connect your mind, your body, and your breath. Okay, and now we're going to wrap it around both feet here, the bony portion of our feet. We're going to pull in, feeling a nice stretch. Remembering to breathe, connecting our mind and our body. And go ahead and relax. And then lean back into the stretch. Okay, and relax again. And lean back into the stretch. Notice if you're getting deeper into the stretch as we progress. Notice how it's making you feel. Connect our mind and our body. We're staying present. And we're going to lean back into that stretch. Okay, and go ahead and put the hamstring stretcher off to the side. We're going to spread our legs into a V-shaped position. And our feet are going to be actively engaged just like they have been, and we're going to reach to the center here. Feeling a nice stretch, remembering to breathe. Go ahead and relax, walk those hands up. And see how my foot is actively engaged. And that's what it should look like. I'm gonna walk those hands back down to the center. Remembering to breathe, connecting our mind and our body. Breathing deeper into the stretch. Go ahead and walk those hands back up. And walk them back down to the center. Seeing if you can go deeper. Noticing how it makes you feel. Remembering to breathe. And then walk your hands back up again. I'm going to do this again. Stretch down into the center. And then walk your hands back up. Next, we're going to go to one side and we're going to stretch that side, and you're going to lean into that stretch. Both feet should be actively engaged in this stretch, so your toes should be pointing up. They should not be wavering from side to side. Remembering to breathe through the stretch. Go ahead and relax. We're going to go back into this stretch in a second. Go ahead and lower back down. Notice how it makes you feel, becoming self-aware of your body, your mind, and your breath. Okay, go ahead and relax. And lower back down. Relax again. And we're going to lower back down. Remembering to breathe through this stretch. We're inhaling and exhaling through the movement. Go ahead and relax. We're going to switch sides. So we're going to lower back down to that opposite side. Same thing. Feet are actively engaged. Toes are pointing to the ceiling. Connecting our mind and our body to our breath with the movement. We're noticing the difference in the opposite sides when we stretch. One side might be looser than the other. One side might be tighter. We're noticing the difference and how it makes us feel. We're connecting our breath. We're staying present. Go ahead and walk your hands up. Relax. We're going to walk them back down again. Notice if you're getting deeper into the stretch as the repetitions continue. And walk your hands up again. And we're going to walk them back down. Remembering to breathe, staying present. Not focusing on anything else besides this practice. And go ahead and relax and bring our feet flat out. So one knee is going to be put to our chest and you're going to hug it. And one foot is going to be actively engaged and we're going to stretch. If you want, you can put your hands to heart center, have one hand going behind your back, or you can use the opposite hand for support. That leg that's flattened out, the foot is going to be actively engaged. Feeling a nice stretch. Going to go ahead and switch sides, so bring that opposite knee to chest, hug it tight. You can use that opposite hand for support. You can bring it to heart center, or you can have it going behind your back if you want more of a challenge. So like I said, it can go to heart center, or it can go behind your back. That opposite foot is going to be engaged. So toes are going to be pointed upwards. Feeling a nice stretch, remembering to breathe through the movement. We're going to go ahead and switch sides, so bringing that opposite knee in for a hug. Opposite foot that's extended is going to be engaged, and you're twisting. Remembering to breathe, we're connecting our mind and our body. I'm going to go ahead and bring that opposite leg in, give it a nice hug. I'm going to twist into the movement. Opposite foot is actively engaged, toes are to the ceiling. Remembering to breathe, noticing how it makes you feel, being present in this moment. Go ahead and relax and bring that opposite leg up. Gonna do the same thing, give it a nice squeeze, and we're gonna twist. Opposite foot, the toes should be engaged, pointing to the ceiling. Okay, gonna switch again. Giving that knee a nice squeeze, twisting, and then having our opposite foot actively engaged, toes to the ceiling. Engaging our breath, our mind, our body, staying present in this practice. I'm going to switch and we're going to come into standing here. So we're going to take a few breaths at the top here. Inhale, arms above head. Exhale, sweep our arms down. Inhale, bring our arms up overhead. Exhale, bring our arms down. Inhale, fill our lungs with oxygen. Exhale, bring our arms down. So we're going to go into a slight lunge. Our heel is going to be lifted for this pose. It's not going to necessarily be like warrior one. If you need the wall or a chair for balance, you can. Arms can be up or on your hips or heart center. And we're going to jump that foot back. We're going to jump it forward. Heel is raised. I'm going to turn to the side here just so you can see. So the heel is raised. It is not like warrior one where our heel is planted. Hips can be heart center, resting on your hips or holding onto a wall or chair. We're going to switch sides. Heel is raised. Feeling a nice stretch. Hands on your hips or heart center. Engaging our mind and our body and our breath, and we're focusing. And jump that foot back. We're going to do it the same side. Heel is lifted, feeling the stretch, engaging our core for stability. And jump that foot back. Going to go ahead and shake it out. Next, we're going to go into warrior one, so that back heel is going to be planted on the ground. You can lift your arms above head, engaging your core. You can have them heart center or resting on your hips or holding onto a wall or chair. You make it work for you. You're engaging your mind and your body and your breath, engaging your core. Going to switch sides. Heel is planted, engaging your core for stability. Knee is above your ankle. Arms above or heart center or holding on to something. Remembering to breathe through the movement. And bring arms down and jump that foot back. We're going to switch sides again. Engage your core. Arms above head. Inhaling and exhaling through the movement. Staying present. Go ahead and bring your arms down and jump that foot back. Gonna do it again on the opposite side. Engage your core, arms above, knee over toes. Connecting your mind and your body, and jump that foot back. Gonna take a few breaths at the top here. So inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, bring your arms down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, sweep your arms down. Inhale, exhale. Next, we're going to go into warrior two. So there's going to be a slight shift in that back foot. And knee over toes. You're not going into a lunge, so your knee should not pass your toes or your ankles. Holding it there. Sweep that front arm up. Looking to the sky. And then windmill those arms forward into triangle pose. You can have your arm resting on your knee or aligned like so. You make it work for you. Windmill those arms back up into warrior two. And then we're going to go ahead and switch sides. Coming into warrior two, we're remembering to breathe. We're engaging our core. Connecting our minds and our body and how this makes us feel. Bring that front arm up. Looking to the sky, feeling a nice stretch. And windmill those arms down into triangle pose. You can have your elbow resting on your knee or down on the ground, keeping those arms aligned, but you make it work for you. And windmill those arms back up into Warrior Two. We're going to switch sides again. Coming into Warrior Two. Going to drop that back arm, bringing that front arm up to the sky, looking straight up. Feeling a nice stretch, remembering to breathe. And we're going to windmill our arms down, coming into triangle pose. Remembering to breathe, engaging our core, and windmill our arms back into Warrior Two. We're going to switch sides again. Coming into Warrior Two. Drop that back arm, bringing that front arm up to the sky, looking straight up. Windmill our arms the opposite direction, coming into triangle pose. Our gaze is following that arm that's lifted to the sky. Feeling a nice stretch, connecting our mind and body. Windmill our arms up, back into Warrior Two. Going to come to center here. We're going to do some deep breathing. So bring arms up overhead, inhale. Exhale, bring arms down. Inhale, bring arms up overhead. Exhale, bring arms down. Inhale, bring arms up. Exhale, sweep arms down. Going to come into mountain pose. So you should feel grounded in your feet. You should not have gorilla-like toes that are clawing into the mat, but just a grounding in your plant. So now we're going to lift one leg up, and you can hold onto a wall or a chair, or bring your arms to heart center or on your hips. You should not feel your toes gripping into the mat. Go ahead and shake it out. Same thing. Foot is planted firm in the ground like mountain pose. Toes are not gripping. Hands to heart center or holding onto a chair or wall. Go ahead and shake it out again. Lifting that foot up. Foot is actively engaged. Those toes are not gripping into the mat. Go ahead and shake it out again. Lifting that opposite leg up. Connecting our mind and our body through this. Remembering to breathe. So we're not holding our breath. Go ahead and shake it out again. Now we're going to draw the sword as we engage that leg. If you need to only touch your toes to the mat for more stability, feel free. Okay, going to shake it out. We're going to switch sides. Grounding that foot. We're not gripping our toes into the mat. You can use just a toe if you need more balance instead of lifting your leg all the way up. And we're going to draw the sword in the opposite direction. If you need to use the wall to hold on to with that opposite arm, you can. Go ahead and shake it out again. We're going to switch sides, bringing that leg up, grounding our foot. We're not gripping our toes, and drawing our sword. and shake it out. Grounding that foot, lifting our leg, and drawing our sword. Again, if you only need your toes resting on the ground, or if you need to hold onto a wall or a chair, you can. Go ahead and shake it out again. Going to bring arms up overhead, inhaling, exhaling, bring arms down. Inhale, bring arms up. Exhale, bring arms down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, bring arms up. Exhale, sweep arms down. Next, we're going to go into this wall position. So our hips are going to be back. This is kind of like a cat-cow pose. And you're going to be resting into the wall. So I'm going to show you what it looks like this way. So hips are back. You're going to come into the wall position, feeling a nice stretch. Back is flat. And if you want more of a challenge, you can lift your leg back. We're going to hold it there, remembering to breathe, connecting our mind and our body. I'll show you what it looks like from the side. Okay. Go back into that position, feeling a nice stretch, lifting the opposite leg. And relax. And lifting that same leg again. And we're going to lift the opposite leg, remembering to breathe through this. And lifting that same leg again. And relax. And we're going to lift the opposite leg. Keeping those hips back. And lifting that same leg again. Gonna come back to center here. We're gonna do a few deep breaths. Inhaling overhead, exhaling, bring arms down. Inhale, exhale. Next, we're gonna go into a standing pigeon pose. So that ankle is going to come across that knee. We've done this in supine in the previous videos. You can bring your hands to heart center. I want to come to the front here so you can see. And it's almost like you're sitting back, feeling a stretch in your piriformis. Hands to heart center or holding onto a wall. I'll turn to this side so you can see. You can hold onto a wall or a chair. The deeper you sit back into it, the deeper the stretch. You make it work for you. I'm going to go ahead and switch sides. Connecting our mind and our body. We're remembering to breathe through this. We're not holding our breath. We're staying present. Sometimes it helps to pick something on the wall to help you balance. And we're going to switch sides after we shake it out. Bringing that ankle to the knee. Dropping into a seated position. Hands to heart center on your hips or holding onto a wall or a chair. And relax. Go ahead and bring the opposite leg to opposite knee. Come into it. Notice how it's making you feel. And go ahead and relax. And go ahead and shake out your legs. We're going to come back into seated position. We're going to go into that boat pose. So feet are planted, knees are bent, core is engaged. Chest is upright, expanding our chest. You can lift your legs if you want, or bringing them halfway or full way to get more core engagement, but you make it work for you. We're remembering to breathe through this core exercise. Okay, and relax. If you need to adjust your sit bones, you can. Core engaged, arms straight ahead, chest expanded. We're remembering to breathe. The deeper you drop down into boat pose and extend your trunk, the deeper the core engagement is. Go ahead and relax. You can adjust your tailbone if you need to. And arms up, core engaged, going into boat pose. Remembering to breathe. We're going to lower ourselves down into this boat pose, and we're going to grab our yoga block. So you're going to go ahead and place that yoga block between your knees. Feet are planted. We're going to lift our hips up into bridge position. Remembering to breathe through the movement, staying present. We're focusing on this practice. Making time for yourself. Engaging our core and our body through this movement. Inhale, lift our hips up off the ground. Holding it there. Exhale, bring our hips down. Okay, you can go ahead and remove that yoga block from between your knees. We're going to turn to the side. I'm going to turn to this way. And it actually helps if you put 2 yoga blocks underneath your neck here for support. So knees are bent. Your hands are laying on top of each other, aligned, and you're going to draw the invisible line from your hand down your arm, remembering to breathe through this. You're going to bring it and stretch out and twist, and then you're going to bring it back. You're remembering to breathe as you're doing this movement, connecting our mind and our body. You can do it as slow as you want as you're breathing, so connecting your breath with that movement. Drawing that invisible line from one side to the other. Staying present in our practice. Now we're going to expand just like we're opening a book and twist, keeping that arm straight. Inhaling and twisting. Remembering to connect your breath with this movement. Remembering to breathe, connecting our mind and our body. Notice how the movement makes you feel. I'm going to switch to the opposite direction just so you can see better, but feel free to just turn over to the opposite side. Going to do the same thing. We're going to draw that invisible line. Inhaling as we draw the line across our body. Exhaling on the way back. Notice how it's making you feel, connecting our mind and our body with our breath. Remembering to breathe as you draw that line. We're going to expand our arms, opening like a book. Remembering to inhale through the movement, connecting our mind and our body. Remembering to breathe. You can go ahead and remove those yoga blocks from underneath your head. You're going to lay flat on your back. And we're going to lift our arms up. So we're only going to be lifting our shoulder blades up off the ground. Almost like we're punching the sky. Feel your body lengthening. Going to go ahead and do one at a time, one arm at a time. We're remembering to breathe. Going to do both arms together. Going to go ahead and extend one arm back, keeping that one arm straight, and then bringing it back. Alternating arms, feeling a nice stretch. Remembering to breathe, staying present. I'm going to just move up a little bit here so you can see better. Remembering to breathe as we alternate arms, feeling a nice stretch. We're staying present. We're going to do both arms now. Flexing them behind your head. Notice how it's making you feel. Remembering to breathe. Going to go ahead and bring your knees to your chest, and we're going to go into happy baby. Feeling a nice stretch in our back here. You can move from side to side or circular motions. You can go in the opposite direction. You can just rock back and forth from side to side, whatever feels good to you. This is your practice. Your time to be present with your mind and your body. You can rock back and forth. Going to go ahead and extend our legs into our last pose of Savasana. Open your palms, relax your feet, close your eyes, and be thankful for this practice. Taking a moment of gratitude for this practice and this time. Go ahead and wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. Open your eyes and roll to one side, whatever side is most comfortable. And come into seated position, pushing yourself up off the ground. You're going to come to crisscross applesauce, and thank you for participating in Parkinson's 6th yoga class.